boxes. Christmas stuff is out in the yard right now and in the house, so there's going to be some of that. I apologize, but I don't apologize, because what do you want me to do about it, dude? It's a bit chilly out today, so I'm not gonna go fly or ride. I really want to fly. It's been like over a month. I want to fly. We still gotta turn that thing into a trike at some point here. We're gonna get some bucks together. Literally everything's the same. Just puts a little trike on the bottom, so Jake's old busted up knees can take it, you know. And I think I need to go ahead and go with the next size up motor as well. WR here at some point. We need to either start building it or sell it to make room and money for another supermoto project. I don't know. FC's still just chilling here. I kind of want to do some suspension stuff to it. But so we got winter time now. Not that it gets so cold you can't ride here, but hopefully we'll get some of that stuff going here real soon. In fact, I think these darts are still here from last time Dan was here. Bullseye, mate! I want to do some suspension work to the FZ too. I want to get it on the track this next summer. And of course also I want to get supermoto stuff going. I've really been wanting to, itching bad to get out to the Oklahoma track, which I haven't been to in years. For those of y'all been around, remember that when we went out there. Such a fun track, 20, 25 bucks a day. I figured I'd do like a little gear overview, kind of talk to you about some of the stuff I currently have. A lot of y'all know I got a deal a few months ago with IXS. Pretty cool company. I know a lot of y'all been asking me about that because they're not as well known in the US. As soon as I got the stuff, a bunch of y'all were asking me, could you do a video about that stuff? So let me wear it for a minute. We get an idea. They make like head to toe gear basically. They got helmets, boots, pants, everything. They got track suits. They even got some motocross boots. They got a little bit of everything. When you see the higher end gear, it's got great features and it's real expensive and it's kind of just bland looking, you know? It doesn't have the cool styling. And then the cheaper stuff, which is like I said, a little rough around the edges, it's got wild styling and they seem to niche in there real nicely. Got middle ground with pricing, nice styling, and good quality, man. It's good stuff. When I go to work with a company, especially a gear company, it's one of the things I absolutely request to get product before I agree to do anything. I don't care how much they say they'll pay me. And it was, I was impressed, so that's why I took the deal. I've had other companies contact me and want to work with me. I won't say who some of those are because some of those are people that a lot of people are working with now. I'm not going to say the name of the company. Unless you're a Patreon, in that case I'm talking about. I am allowed to be critical of it too. I don't have any kind of agreement that says I have to sit there and say this is the greatest shit ever. In fact, I'll tell you a few little things here and there I've noticed that I'm not a big fan of. But overall, I'm pretty happy with them so far. And I've worn some of this stuff enough now that I think I can give you an opinion on it. I don't know. Or maybe I'll be talking out of my ass. They sent me 2 gloves, one for the left hand and one for the right. Definitely very summertimey gloves. Not everyone does this so well. You see how the glove, when it's sitting in its sort of sewn position here, how the glove is already kind of in this position. You really want it to be that way. And it really holds your hand when you get it in there. And watch my hand, it kind of does that, like it pops it in when you get that point. It's got like that, I forget what you call it, some kind of very rubbery texture in there. That's very nice. That's something I think you don't really think about if you're not currently riding or you're just getting into it. You want nice grip kind of all through here. Personally, I'm not real crazy about more gauntlet style gloves, and these are also very meshed and summered out gloves as well. Lots of mesh all over it, carbon. Very nice pad right here on the forearm. That's another thing on gloves. You don't realize how much weight you put on your end of your wrists right here. You definitely can have some weight on that at times, especially when you're riding aggressive and you're torquing the bars back and forth. And then there's guys that are like, oh, you should be putting any weight on the bars. You should do it all with your hips. Like, not when you're aggressive. I love it when people, you watch, there'll be some people in the comments, you're not riding right if you're putting weight on your forearms there. Okay, guy, very well made. They didn't tell me what they were sending me. If I known they were sending me 2 sets of gloves, I would have said, okay, send me these and send me something warmer. Because these gloves are not cutting it anything close to the weather I've had lately, but they're not supposed to. I would say though, if you're looking at gloves in general, whether you're looking at these or anybody's gloves, gloves are one of those things that you're most likely going to have to get at least 2 different sets, you know, a summer glove and a winter glove. You know anything about me, you know, I know a little thing or two about the jeans, huh? Yeah, I'm pretty critical on jeans for the most part just because I sold jeans. That was like my thing when I worked for Rock. But this is a type of Kevlar. I didn't see it mentioned on any of their ads saying Kevlar. But there's a weird thing with that, and I found this out when I sold jeans, is that if you don't buy it directly from DuPont, who owns Kevlar, they're real crazy about you using it, because we would buy it from a person who's buying it like in bulk, you know, and we'd buy like from wholesaler basically, where the pants were getting made. This whole thing doesn't matter. The main point was because DuPont's like they would literally see us selling online and threaten us with like cease and desist and all this stuff. Like, that's not Kevlar. It's like, no, it is. It's your product. You know, it might not be though. It might be a blend. I'm not really 100% sure. I think they have a name for whatever this liner is, but you see it is a yellowy liner. It's at least some kind of blend of Kevlar, which means it's good stuff. It's also not super thin here. This is hard to do. I'm trying to pull it up here. This is something I have noticed though with other brands. Some of them, you can almost just see the light through it when you hold it up. I'm trying to get it, there we go. Now I got a big chunk of the liner here. This has got some thickness to it, and you want that, of course. Looks like they've sewn it in all the way around the top. And it goes down to about the midsection, down past your knees a bit, down here. What they've also done, and this is pretty brilliant, again, for someone I know from selling jeans, is you notice they don't have any external outside lines. None. So, these really just look like a normal pair of jeans when you're wearing them. The Kevlar is incredibly resistant to abrasion. You'll see people getting wrecked with Kevlar jeans and stuff, if they're decent ones at least. They'll be all shredded and you'll just see like this yellow underneath it. The denim's gonna go. The denim's not gonna last, you know? But the Kevlar will, and that'll protect you in an accident. One thing that was a bit odd I noticed is that they have the place here for hip armor right here, but they didn't actually include the hip armor. I've never understood why companies do that with certain things. They'll like make it so you can buy the product and you can buy like armor sets or something for it. But the knee armors do sit in here. They have a system here where they're completely adjustable. You can move them all around. And their armor is some of that soft, hard stuff. I'm gonna pull one out of the jacket here in a minute. This jacket has 2 liners inside of it, so get it sort of 3 sets of modes it can be in. I have had jackets that try to do this in the past. I won't say the name of them unless you're a Patreon, and then in that case I'm talking about the complete no liner mode. It's got like kind of a weird sort of semi-mesh on there on certain parts, but this is not like I can see through it. Like I've had some like that and you wreck and they kind of blow open. And with all the liners out, it's actually pretty decent. Nice thing is you ride a backpack, you can take these liners with you. And I know our Texas weather, especially when the seasons are changing, is so all over the place. And that's when I got this jacket, was like in what, November? So I've been wearing this one the most because we'll go out for rides. It's easily, you know, a few degrees above freezing, and then maybe by the afternoon it's the complete other way around. First liner that you throw in is nice because it actually then turns this into a double zipped up jacket. Zip this one up and you have this that folds over. For the wind to push through all that's too much. When you have all 3 in, it doesn't feel like over encumbering too. They have a 3 adjuster on 2 points on both arms. Now only on the right arm. I don't know why a lot of people are going away from this. I don't understand why. You should at minimum, I think, have one on your forearm right here. I kept saying my forearm earlier and I think I was talking about my wrist. I don't know my words. Anyway, this one, all their jackets have 2 of them. You don't want this twisting. There's armor in here. That's a saw. Hey, I saw that. It's a dad joke. They got in this crazy high-vis color. I really started liking the high-vis after I had a kid, and I figured out you can have high-vis and not look like a guy riding a GS 1200 like super dorked out with adventure gear on. You might want to go to a big heavier jacket when it gets full out winter time, and this is a good possibility right here. This one, this is actually like a one of those wind weather sort of zippers right here. Again, you have this big crossover, so this zipper is slightly offset. You come in here, your second zipper, but this does have the liner in it right now. This is their more heavy-duty wintry jacket they sent me. 3-way adjustable, elbow armor, back armor, saw. I mean, you tell me, dude, I know I look good. It feels tight, it's still a bit flexible. That's hard to do, that's real hard to do in gear one of those difficult things though, to try to get gear that's trimmed in a way that it's nice and form-fitting to you, but still feels flexible. I mean, this isn't race gear, this is street gear. You don't want to be, you know, in that weird hunched position. Texas summers, like this should work well. Our summers are insane out here. Good armor in here, but this I can't tell you a whole lot about it because it's not been warm enough to wear this.
Holding the exact position. All right, yeah, let's go out.
It's done this and now it's staying that way. Hard armor certainly doesn't like to do that. They have to try to cut little grooves and things in them to make it sort of flex in those angles, which then leaves vulnerable spots in it. Soft armor, a little more flexible, but like I said, it's always kind of putting pressure. It's trying to pop back into a certain shape, where this really, as you see too, if I do this, I mean, just look, it's not like it springs back. It's very sort of a slow motion. And that's really, really comfortable. So this certainly is very form-fitting, but at the same time, the minute it gets struck by something, it becomes a hard push slowly into it, very slowly. I can leave a little indentation here, which will slowly form back out. So let's say this is on your back and you go flying though, and you suddenly, it strikes the ground. That moment strikes me. So we can even do that, or if I just push, see how I can just push it in, all right? If I strike, if I push slowly, see how it flips in? This is the best stuff. This stuff needs to just be in everything now. They need to put this like in car bumpers or something, I don't know. And so this is just the best stuff. I almost hit myself in the face with it. Is it a liquid? Is it a solid? What is it? I don't know. It's nice. Nice stuff. Nice stuff there. Hopefully it'll warm up and we can go do outside things. Go supermotoing, go flying. Done a lot of FZ stuff lately. I love the FZ, but I want to do something else. Well, y'all just have a wonderful rest of the 2017. Got like, what, about 5 minutes left? All right, well, have fun.